Hello and welcome to this episode of Smaugonite's Thoughts with me, Smaugonite. I just wanted to say how excited I'm feeling today. The rapiers, which are the final unit I need to be able to get my Void Fortress list sorted, have been acquired. They are currently drying from a spray. They will be painted this weekend, and hopefully we'll be able to get the rest of the shields done as well, because I'm just 2 transfers away from being able to get those done. I'm thinking maybe I just, perhaps a rhino or something, just to be able to acquire the transfer sheets, just because there's 2 per sheet on the vehicle transfers of the exact size that I use, and I just really want to get that list done, because the past couple of weeks have definitely been mainly about sorting out the breaches. The breaches now have all been done, apart from the transfers on their shields. So very exciting. I'm very, very happy where we're at with the list. The fact that it's almost done as well. The fact that the Jarl and I have been planning this for nearly 2 years. It's been a long time coming, so the fact that we've got this ready is exciting. I've also got my trusty little notebook. I've not actually transferred it into the main book yet, but we do have as well the missions that we're going to be doing, because somebody asked me what else I plan on doing for the siege, what missions sort of make the cut almost, and I thought this would be a very good video idea, just to get a video together and explain now what we plan on doing and how we're going to decide what does and doesn't make the cut. Now, for starters, the main thing is deciding whether or not we do a mission if we've got the army. Okay, things like white scars, things like some of the sort of smaller legions that don't really feature in the siege, so things like Iron Hands, salamanders to extent, things that weren't really there. Those ones I don't have much of a collection of. Okay, the White Scars is the smallest collection I've got, at about 1,000 points worth of models, but that's... The Jarl and I have agreed that what we're going to do is we're going to sort of, any armies that we don't have, that we don't want to expand too much, we're going to sort of do a zoomed in mission almost. So it's going to be a very, very specific part of the book or the story or anything like that. Okay, the thing that I am looking forward to though is the Titan games. If you know, you know. I am very excited of getting the Titans sorted, purely because I've had those boxed up for so long. It would be great to actually get them out and play in a game with them. I do have 3 Chaos Titans, and one of them still needs painting, so it's a good opportunity to get those painted. But we are a way away from Titans being on Terra. We're just starting the Solar War, so we're just starting with the Traitors actually arriving in the Sol system. Now, for the Solar War, that leads me quite nicely into my point. The Solar War book, what we've done is we've decided 5 missions that we like out of the book. They've made the cut, and they're going to be in our campaign. And those 5 missions are, the first one is the Void Fortress 693, which is the Trans-Plutonian Gulf, which is the Sons of Horus Assault Force, mainly in Ductide, but Jarl's using some of his models that correspond perfectly to that. He's even done Zone Mortalis bases so that they do match the boards that we're going to be playing on. Versus the Imperial Fist Defense Force. There isn't really any Imperial Fist mentioned. It basically calls one of them a veteran, I think. But I've painted a veteran unit, but then that's another 5 vehicles that I need to be able to get the transfer sheets. So I'm hoping that what I'm going to be able to do is just manage to sneak this one past without any veterans, and then mission 2, which is going to be Horus Aximand and his boarding fleet versus Sigismund. That one's going to have the veterans in, and the Templar Brethren, and the Breachers, and a couple of the Dreadnoughts. Okay, so the first 2 missions are very similar, but the second one's going to have Sigismund and Templar Brethren in, which is actually on Pluto. Where they're actually attacking Pluto. What we're going to do is probably in that mission we're going to have more things like hangars and things like that, just so there's a bit more open space, and then things like Saturnine Dreads and stuff will fit a bit nicer, as opposed to being in corridors that they can't technically fit down. The next mission that we've got, so mission 3 for the Solar War, is going to be Sons of Horus boarding actions against the White Scars a warship, which is the Lance of Heaven, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be Justarian, Zardu Layak, led by, I think, Abaddon. Yeah, and then we've got Jubal Khan, who I bought the Shiban Khan model, and we're just going to have a bit of creative licensing with it, just because there's no Jubal Khan model. We're going to have Jubal Khan and some White Scars just trying to defend it. Again, it's going to be a very, very zoomed in game. It's going to be 1500 points, we think, just so that then there's not as many White Scars that I need to purchase or sort of take from other collection models to be able to add in. I've got a Contemptor Dreadnought that somebody who in mine and the Jarl's community who passed away, he left some Heresy models, and he left sort of 20 troops and a Contemptor. So I've got a Contemptor that I sprayed up for the White Scars, and we also have 10 plasma guns, 10 Volkite chargers, and then 20 troops, plus then this character, Shiban Khan, Jubal Khan. So we've got a fair little bit to be working on to be able to get that mission ready. I'm excited, not excited to paint more white. Again, if you know, you know, okay. But what I am thinking of is the usability of stuff down in the future, okay? Things like jet bikes and stuff like that is going to be really usable for the White Scars, but not really usable in boarding actions against a warship. So at the moment, I'm sort of in catch 22, where I'm, you know, having to think, well, actually, I'm going to have a small White Scars force that can then become the troops force for this fast attack force, which is going to be on Terra. Because I do want to do stuff properly. It's just, obviously, having the two young kids, you've got other things like nursery fees and nappies and things like that to buy. So at the moment, money is being counted very carefully. All right. Anyway, next mission, so mission 4, is going to be the Sons of Horus versus Blood Angels on the Lunar Ring Zone Mortalis, which is going to be, again, Abaddon and Justarian with Reavers, Layak and Blade Slaves versus the Blood Angels that are stationed out there. One person I think is there is Dominion Zephon. I will double check that because he's not actually in my notes, but I have painted him up, and I remember having to paint him up for a reason. So I think he might be there. If not, I know he will be on for the siege, so maybe that's why I did it. But I also made a custom Praetor, which I'm really excited to use for that game. So if Dominion Zephon isn't there, I've got a custom Praetor that I'm very proud of. I made a lance, and I think I gave him a plasma pistol and a jump pack, and I'm really proud of him. So I can't wait for you guys to see that that game with him in. Okay, and then finally mission 5, and I think my favourite mission, so pay attention. Samus versus Dawn. Okay, we're going to do the Samus versus Dawn, a very, very small game. We're probably talking Samus and a couple of brutes, or Samus and, you know, a couple of lesser demons or something, and Dawn versus his Huskarls, which I cannot wait for, because again, I have something I'm very, very proud of, something that you could probably tell by my emotions that I am very passionate about. I have a custom Dawn that I made from the Forge World model. Instead of him stood stoically like this, which I already had for the display piece, I made one with him standing with the chainsword in one hand, and I think he had a fist pointed in the other, so he's like striding almost into battle, and I just can't wait to get him used, because again, it's a little bit of fun. I'm not the best at converting things or building models or using green stuff, so the fact that this model actually kind of works, I'm really excited to. Oh no, in fact, I think he's got his bolter. Actually thinking about it, I think he's got his bolter and his sword, so he's like striding into battle almost. But also he will get a lot of use down in the siege, and also I've done him quite sort of grimdark and dirty, because I thought unless they bring out a siege era Dawn with a bit of battered plate or, you know, something like that, it would also work for him being in Khorne's realm, where he's there for like 100 years at the end. Spoiler alert, sorry if you've not read the siege yet, sorry. But yeah, so I'm very excited to get him out of the box and get him playing with. But yeah, Dawn and Huskarls versus Samus and some lesser or greater demons. We'll see how we get on. So So that's the plan for the Solar War. I'm very excited. As I say, I've got 2 rapiers left to do, the crew for them, and then breacher shields, and then my entire Void Fortress list is done. For the second mission, Sigismund's done, 10 Templar Brethren are done. I've got 20 Templar Brethren built and sprayed and started working on, which I do want to just get done so that that project is done. Then all my infantry is pretty much finished. After that, it's then onto the White Scars, which everyone looks forward to painting white. If you know, you know, it's an awful colour. And the way I've done it is a simple way. I've just sprayed white and I'm using Soul Blight Grey and then touching it up with Corax White afterwards, just for some highlights and things like that. I'm not putting a lot of money or passion in, not putting a lot of passion into it. The money's already been spent years ago with the Mark 6 release, so they've just been kicking about ever since. So it is going to be a project that I'm really going to have to push myself for, but again, keeping it a small game, 1500 points, will mean that it's fairly quick to get done, especially when there's already some bits finished for it. So yeah, that's pretty much where the hobby is at the moment. As I say, I'll probably do another video, a model showcase of all my Imperial Fists that are going to be used in the Void Fortress mission, because I'm excited to show those off. I'm excited to see any community feedback. Things will start appearing on the Strategic Painting Instagram as well, with photographs of the Void Fortress army, so keep an eye on that. And additionally, we will be releasing more videos now, so please do take the time to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're new here, you know, welcome. It's going to be a great campaign and I'm very, very excited. I have had 2 coffees today, so that's probably why I'm sort of a little bit bubblier, but I am very excited with where this campaign's going to go. So yeah, thank you very much if you made it this far in the video. Again, as I said, a like and a subscribe and ring the notification bell and tick all that sort of stuff really does help the channel. It gets me sort of out there and people seeing the campaigns and the videos that we've got. I saw that we've got about 160 videos on the channel already, so there's plenty of videos out there on our channel, but I'm very excited to create these new videos and create this campaign and see what everybody's thoughts are and any tips and tricks that you guys have for me. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. As I say, I will see you in the next video, but until then, take care, bye bye.